The June sun blazed over Crescent Meadows, my spirited suburb alive with the hum of summer and the rhythm of my 50-acre ranch. I was mending a fence when sirens wailed, and a police cruiser pulled up. Karen Miller, HOA tyrant, stood waving a clipboard, screaming into her phone to 911, claiming I'd stolen her access to my ranch's trails. "This is HOA property," she shrieked, demanding my arrest for locking a gate she'd used for years. Karen, who'd thrown my daughter Emma's wheelchair, broken into my house, and tried to seize my field, had gone ballistic over a gate on my private, county land, outside her HOA's reach. She didn't know my ranch was deeded to me in 1955. My new security gate was county approved, and I, Sarah, the farmer, Meadow Mart owner, conservationist, SWAT trainer, and federal health inspector, had every right to secure my property. Her 911 call wasn't just a tantrum. It was a false report, and I was ready to make her regret it. I stood by the gate, phone filming, as Karen ranted to the dispatcher about her trails. Neighbors gathered, fed up. This wasn't just a gate dispute. It was Karen's latest attack, blind to my ownership and the law. My blood boiled, but a sly grin spread. She thought she could claim my ranch? I was about to turn her 911 call into a viral lesson, with my deed as the hammer. What unfolded wasn't just locking a gate. It was a masterclass in property rights, legal power, and community strength that left Karen humiliated, her HOA crushed, and Crescent Meadows fiercer. My gate wasn't just steel. It was her downfall, and the police were on my side. Karen's call was her worst mistake, and my ranch was about to school her. Crescent Meadows was a bold suburb, its rolling hills, rustic barns, and my Meadow Mart Cafe, a fierce rejection of Karen Miller's HOA tyranny. Once choked by bans on unfenced land and unapproved gates, it now thrived, with my 50-acre ranch, state-leased and HOA exempt, as its heart. My ranch, deeded to my family in 1955, was on unincorporated county land, its trails private and secured by a new, county-approved gate. I'm Sarah, the farmer, conservationist, SWAT trainer, Meadow Mart owner, and federal health inspector who'd crushed Karen 24 times. Buying Meadow Mart after a farm stand ban, exposing her assault on Lily, stopping her fishing derby, evicting her fishing club, jailing fake HOA cops, rallying for a pilot's defiance, retrieving my tow tractor, shutting down her cop call on my fence, backing Ibrahim Traore, ejecting her security patrol, protecting the Thompsons, winning court for my wrecked car, defending my mom's cold stand, exposing her 911 call on Senator Ellison, grounding her airline stunt, nailing her bank meddling, restoring my water pipe, towing her SUV, saving my mom's nurse, rescuing Emma from her kidnapping, saving Liam from her brick attack, foiling her field grab, scaring her with my bear, Bruno, and defending Emma's wheelchair. My ranch, my life's work, was guarded by security cameras and a new gate. Karen Miller, mid-50s, was a delusional bully, her clipboard a fading prop for her control obsession. Exiled, jailed, and bankrupted, she called 911, claiming my gate blocked HOA trails, unaware that my ranch was private. Her call was a false report, and her actions violated county law. Her tantrum, backed by a few HOA diehards, was a desperate grasp for power, blind to my deed and cameras. Key allies included my mother, Ellen, a sharpshooter with dialysis, Tom, my biologist friend who monitored my lake, Linda, the councilwoman who backed my fights, Lily, my waitress-turned-leader, and the Thompsons, especially Dr. James Thompson. Deputy Harris, my SWAT friend, responded to the call, and my FBI contact, Agent Laura Chun, was ready to escalate. The Crescent Meadows Forum, our digital hub, would rally support. The setting was a scorching June afternoon in 2025 at my ranch's new gate on a county road, where my cattle grazed beyond. Karen stood by the locked gate, yelling into her phone as Officer Harris arrived, confused. My cameras, wired for ranch security, caught her every word in the 911 call. Neighbors, tired of her antics, filmed from the road. Karen's false report was a crime, and her ignorance of my ownership was her fatal error. This wasn't just about a gate. It was Karen's final assault on Crescent Meadows' freedom. For me, It was a chance to protect my ranch, expose her lies, and unite our community. As I filmed, I knew this fight would echo our victories and redefine our town's strength. Karen's 911 call was a desperate ploy. "She's stolen our trails," she wailed to the dispatcher, pointing at my gate as Harris stepped out, skeptical. I filmed, shouting, "This is my private ranch, Karen. I've owned it since 1955. Her jaw dropped. She hadn't known my deeds history. I called Chun, who snapped, "False 911 calls are felonies. She's done." Ellen texted my gate permit, saying, "Karen's toast." Linda vowed to bring county officials, noting, "She's lying to police?" Jail time. I confronted Karen, phone rolling. "You're making a false report on my private land. I'm a federal inspector. Stop this." She scoffed. "These trails are HOAs," waving a fake map. Neighbors filmed, outraged. My forum post ignited. Karen called 911 to steal my ranch trails. I own this land. Hashtag Karen calls 911 and hashtag protect Sarah's ranch trended, hitting 5 million views. Jake, my barista, live streamed from Meadow Mart, showing my 1955 deed. "Crescent Meadows stands with Sarah," he said, hitting 6 million views. Lily handed out flyers about private property laws, explaining Sarah's ranch is hers. Karen's a liar. Karen rallied her HOA cronies, a duo with signs, "Open our trails." But neighbors drowned them out, chanting Sarah's ranch. Mia, my farmhand, filmed Karen's map, catching its errors. I share my camera clip. Karen's lying to 911 about my private ranch. The video hit 30 million views. James Thompson arrived, saying, "She targeted us too. We're testifying." His federal clout shook Karen's cronies. Harris checked my deed, nodding. "This is private property," he told Karen. "Your call's baseless." She screamed, "The HOA owns access," but Chin arrived holding my footage. "You're under investigation for false reporting," she said. I live-streamed. Karen's 911 calls a lie. She's busted. The stream hit 60 million views, with news vans circling. Comments flooded. "Sarah's a hero. Karen's a fool." Linda arrived with a county land officer, announcing Karen's claim is fraudulent. Sarah's deed is valid. The crowd chanted ranch. Ranch, as Karen's cronies fled. The forum planned a ranch-free day at Meadow Mart, with music and property rights talks. Karen tried one last lie, claiming the HOA controls trails, but Harris showed my gate permit. I unlocked the gate briefly, showing my cattle, proving it's my land. The stage was set, not just to stop her, but to crush her reign and rally Crescent Meadows around my ranch. Her call was her end, and my gate was law. My ranch gate was a fortress of truth. Karen stood shaking as Harris and Chun questioned her 911 call. The live stream hit 100 million views, with hashtag Karen calls 911 and hashtag protect Sarah's ranch trending globally. Neighbors packed the road, waving signs, "Sarah's land." No HOA lies. News crews broadcast live, anchors calling it a farmer's stand versus HOA delusion. The air pulsed, and I was ready to bury Karen. Tom addressed the crowd, voice clear. "Sarah's ranch is private, HOA exempt county land. Karen's 911 call is a false report." He showed my deed and camera footage, proving her lie. Neighbors gasped, sharing the clips online. Ellen handed out flyers, saying, "Sarah's our legacy. Karen's stealing our ranch." The forum surged, "Karen's a fraud. Sarah's our queen." A viral tweet read, "HOA Karen calls 911 to steal ranch. Doesn't know it's private land." Hashtag Karen calls 911. Karen yelled, "These trails are public." But Chun held up my footage, stating, "Your call wasted police resources, felony." Her face collapsed. She hadn't known my gate's legality. National property rights groups joined X, posting, "Karen's attack on Sarah's ranch is a disgrace. Support Crescent Meadows." The Change.org petition, "Protect Sarah's Ranch," hit 7 million signatures with comments like "Sarah's a legend" and "Karen's done." Linda spoke to reporters, voice firm. "Sarah's ranch and rights are our pride. Karen's lies threaten us all." She announced a council motion to fine the HOA $250,000 and ban all claims. The crowd roared, chanting ranch free. The HOA, gutted by scandals, leaked texts disavowing Karen. She's insane. Neighbors guarded my gate as my farm hands patrolled the fence. I grabbed the megaphone, heart racing. Karen thought she could claim my ranch with a 911 call, but I'm a federal inspector, and this is my land. I proposed a ranch-free day at Meadow Mart, with ranch tours, music, and a fundraiser for land rights, inviting all. The crowd cheered, volunteering to tend my trails. I shared online. Karen's call failed. Join us for Sarah's Ranch. The live stream hit 150 million views, with hashtag #RanchFreeDay trending. Comments flooded. Sarah's unstoppable. Karen's a liar. Karen made a last stand, yelling at Chun, "The HOA's above you." But Rachel, my attorney, arrived with a county warrant. "You're charged with false reporting, trespass, and fraud," she said as Harris cuffed her. The crowd parted, phones filming her walk to the police van. Jake's stream hit 200 million views, with comments like, "Bye, Karen." Ranch wins. News ran headlines. Federal inspectors ranch defeats HOA Karen's 9/11 lie. Lily organized kids to paint ranch-free signs, while Tom tied it to my lake, saying Sarah protects our land. Harris cleared the scene, and neighbors patrolled my ranch. Linda promised county funding for a Crescent Ranch sign, marking its status. The stage was set for a victory that would secure my land, end Karen's reign, and show Crescent Meadows' power. Karen was cuffed, but what happened next would shock everyone. The county courthouse roared with justice as Karen faced trial, my ranch secure. The live stream hit 250 million views, with hashtag Karen calls 9/11 and hashtag Protect Sarah's Ranch trending worldwide. Neighbors packed the gallery, waving ranch-free signs as news crews filmed. I held the megaphone, my roles as federal inspector, conservation head, and SWAT trainer now a verdict, my deed our sword, ready to bury Karen. Judge Harper, a federal veteran, called order. "Ms. Miller, you're charged with false reporting, trespass, and fraud," he said. Rachel presented my footage, showing Karen's 911 call and fake map. "The plaintiff's ranch is private, owned since 1955, she said. The gallery cheered, phones filming for the forum, where comments surged. "Karen's done. Sarah's our queen." Chun testified, voice sharp. Karen's call misused emergency services, endangering lives. She showed her fake map, sparking gasps. Linda announced the council's $250,000 HOA fine and dissolution vote. The crowd chanted ranch, ranch, as kids waved painted gates, symbols of our win. Tom showed my camera logs, proving Karen's intent. "Sarah's deed crushed her," he said, sparking applause. I unveiled a Crescent Ranch sign sketch, county-backed, to mark my land status. "This ranch is mine, not Karen's," I said, sharing it online, a gate under a state seal. The forum erupted. "Perfect. Sarah's legacy." Harper reviewed the evidence, deed, footage, call logs, calling it irrefutable. Karen, pleading not guilty, claimed the trails were HOA's. But Rachel played her 911 call, exposing her lies. Harper ruled, guilty on all counts. 4 years for Miller, $900,000 in damages to Sarah, and HOA dissolution. The gallery roared as Karen slumped, broken. My digital dossier, deed, footage, warrants, was handed to the press, ensuring conviction. News ran it live. Federal inspectors deed halts HOA Karen's 9/11 fraud. The crowd surged, music blaring, as ranch-free day plans took shape. I gave the mic to Ellen, who shone. "Sarah's ranch is our heart," she said. Neighbors hugged her, guarding my land in solidarity. This wasn't just Karen's defeat. It was Crescent Meadows' triumph, proof our land could outshine lies. As my gate stood firm, justice landed. Karen's conviction was Crescent Meadows' victory. News ran headlines like, "Ranch owner defeats HOA Karen's 911 lie," and "Sarah's land triumphs." The livestream hit 500 million views, with hashtag Karen calls 9/11 trending for weeks. Fan art of my gate as a justice symbol flooded the forum, and property rights groups invited me to speak. Talk shows called, but I stayed grounded, saying this is about my ranch. Ranch Free Day was a triumph. Thousands joined, neighbors, kids, county officials, touring my ranch, dancing, and unveiling the Crescent Ranch sign. Meadow Mart catered, and Tom led eco-talks, tying my land to my lake bluefins. The event raised $400,000 for land conservation, and state leaders hailed it as a model. The forum buzzed with photos. Sarah's ranch shines. No more Karens. The HOA was eradicated. Linda's vote fined it $250,000 and dissolved it, with new laws banning false claims. Karen got 4 years, was banned from Crescent Meadows, and vanished to a prison cell, reportedly arguing over rules. Don't Lie Like Karen became a local joke painted on fences. My ranch became a tourist draw, with visitors posing by the sign. Meadow Mart and my farm stand soared, the cafe hosting ranch nights with music and property rights talks. Tourists flocked to Sarah's ranch, boosting sales. Neighbors brought gifts, many gates, deed patches, saying my fight inspired them. Tom's data showed my lake thriving, celebrated at a community feast. The digital dossier, deed, footage, verdicts was studied for property laws, influencing policy. Lily mentored kids, painting eco signs for the trails. The forum planned a ranch fest with music, ranch demos, and SWAT drills, cementing our spirit. Sarah turned Karen's lie into our triumph. One post read, "I hired teens to patrol my ranch, giving them pride." At the fest, under a Ranch Forever banner, Linda toasted, "To Sarah, her ranch, and Crescent Meadows, where land defeats lies." Fireworks burst, kids danced, and my gate gleamed. Karen's call had been a spark, but we'd built a legacy. Meadow Mart, my farm, and my ranch were our stronghold, proof no bully could claim our land. As stars shone, I knew Crescent Meadows would always stand proud, free, and untamed.